Can we just talk about the latest chapter of Jujutsu Kaisen really quick? Alright, so massive spoilers if you guys are not caught up to the manga, especially chapter 236. So most definitely, if you guys are just watching the anime, click away now because this crap sucked, I thought. I thought this sucked a lot, but let's just talk about it. So at the end of the chapter, Gojo is straight up just killed by Sukuna. And I'm totally the kind of person who's okay with main characters dying, but not in this fashion where they're just off-screened like this. This chapter just caught me so off guard because of all the hype around Gojo winning this fight and just the hype around Gojo in general. Gojo, without a doubt, I would say is the most popular character in all of Jujutsu Kaisen, especially if you're caught up in the anime right now. Like, you can't even go online without seeing some crazy stuff about the Jujutsu Kaisen anime. Obviously, the latest couple episodes have been crazy, but something about this death just seems so wrong and sus, and this was just such a disrespectful way to take out this character. We're not going to talk about the story right now because hopefully you guys are caught up and you kind of know what's going on. We can also just cover this in another video, the story, but I just kind of want to talk about what might be going through the writer Gege's mind and just why that something like this would happen, because it just feels so wrong to me. I understand that there's one incredibly major problem with Gojo. The big problem with Gojo is that he's almost ruining the suspense and buildup and hype that takes place in the Jujutsu Kaisen world. When he shows up, it's almost like when Superman shows up. It's like, oh, Superman's arrived, we're gonna be good, take a deep breath. And also, on the other hand, I understand that main and critical and popular characters need to die to be able to further the plot. I just didn't want it to be in such a disrespectful way that they had to do him in this chapter. Like, remember Kamina's death in Gurren Lagann? I literally set that series down for months after his death. Like 7 episodes in, I didn't finish it for months later because it was such a brutal death and I just loved that character so much. But looking back at his death, it was so fine and okay, and he wasn't off-screened and we got to see it all, and he went out in a very respectful way. I was honestly just really bummed out by that death. Same goes for Ace and Whitebeard. I guess spoilers too, sorry. So I'm totally fine with characters like Gojo, as popular as Gojo, dying in the series for the sake of the plot, as long as they're not off-screened like this. Gojo was like taking this fight, everything was going well, and then boom, page later, he's just cut in half and dead on the ground. But here are my thoughts, and honestly, I would like to know down in the comments what you guys think, or if I'm just completely off topic and off the rails here. I think Gege, the writer, had to do something with Gojo, and he just didn't know what to do at the time. I think at the end of the day, we do have to trust Gege because he is the original creator and writer of the story, so he's got to have something up his sleeve. But honestly, this entire thing to me just screams, let's just kill this character and we'll figure out how to deal with it later. Hence the reasoning for the off-screening, because I don't think Sukuna could have beaten him or was going to beat him, but this is just, okay, he's beat, we'll just take care of it later, because I don't think Sukuna could have done it, but I'll just make up how he did it later down the road. The other thing is there's definitely a possibility for his return. There's always a possibility for someone's return, especially in this show. But honestly, just how fishy the death was and how sus that it feels and how they just kind of had to kill him to progress the plot, that's how this feels to me. I honestly don't think Gojo's going to be making a return. Personally, I just think that having a character like Gojo is extremely hard to ride around. Of course he's hype, of course he's cool, of course like seeing him do cool stuff is really cool, but only for so long, especially if you want your story to have some longevity. For the sake of the progression of the show and the progression of the series, I think something had to happen. I just think it was taken care of in a very disrespectful and sus way. I honestly just feel kind of horrible about it. I do want to know what you guys think down in the comments. And yeah, we'll see what the future holds. Maybe we'll cover it if you guys want me to keep covering it like this. I'm sure every channel on the planet's covering this, so I'm just kind of the baby fish who's just yapping in the corner. But I would like to just express my thoughts. I want to know what you guys think, especially. Let's have some discussion down in the comments. Thank you guys so much. I was not a fan. We'll catch you guys on the next video.